while. And like, oh, are we live? Hello.
We live.
Speaking of British people, hello, welcome to the Real Deal podcast. I am not Mackenzie Diggs, but we do have a really great show in for you guys today, and we are going to be talking about Love Island on this very special Valentine's Day episode.
So exciting.
Yeah. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
I'm Celia.
I'm Abby.
And I think I mentioned I'm Tiara. But I guess we can just get started and get back into it.
I mean, let's go.
Do we want to start with season one?
Yes.
Yes. I feel like that's appropriate since
Season one, which is...
It's so perfect.
Real quick, the tagline, it's going to be a long, hot summer.
Yes.
that was perfect.
You're welcome.
Caroline Flack in the
We
room
love
with
Caroline.
us.
I do Harry Styles.
Come on our show.
That would be cool. She's in trouble right now.
Yeah. Okay.
She's not available.
Yeah. We'll talk to her later.
We'll talk later.
But the first season of Love Island is so, like, it's just such bizarre television that it's sort of jarring when you first watch it.
It is.
You're like, what is this?
No, the first season, half of it, you're just trying to get on board with the concept. But
Yeah.
then the second season, you will fully, you will be strategizing in a game that, how do you strategize this game?
Yeah.
Season one is unbridled. Season two is strategic.
Yeah.
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 Which is not a bad thing for either season.
No, I think it made
Quite
both
fascinating.
seasons very different and very enjoyable in their own ways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree. Season one, there were a lot more couples throughout, and there wasn't as many bombshells. Where season two, it's every week stuff's changing. People are recoupling and moving.
Really?
Yeah.
I've only seen season one in the U.S. version.
Season two's tagline is survival of the fittest. So, so if that gives you any indication as to how insane it gets,
It's so insane. And it's hard for me to wrap my head around these people falling in love so quickly. But when I was watching it, all this week, I realized that if I spent 24 hours a day for 2 weeks with someone, it would be like spending 3 months with them.
Yeah.
And going on dates.
Yeah, and they're in the house for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
24 hours.
It's extreme
nonstop.
summer camp.
It is extreme
summer
adult
camp for
summer
adults.
camp.
Which would probably be the worst thing to ever actually do.
Yeah.
I was going to bring up something. Oh, in the U.S. version, there's a girl, her name was Caro,
I haven't watched
and
the US version.
she was always crying about she was oh, I just want to I don't even quite remember what she was always crying about, but she was so dramatic all of the time. And then she was like, well, I don't know if I'm really in love with him because we've been in here for we've only seen each other for 24 hours of every day. It's I'm sure that's exhausting.
It probably is. It's probably forced love.
Yeah, and I would imagine even
that.
if there are genuine things, to go from 24/7 contact to because these people aren't necessarily from the same areas of the UK.
Right.
So
That's
if
true.
one dude's up in Ireland and someone else is down in southern England or wherever, that, I don't know
That's
how
distant.
Yeah, that's distant. That would be shocking.
Yeah,
you know?
and you know what? I think Caro and her man,
Kara and Nathan are still together.
Kara and Nathan, and then
Alex and Olivia.
Mm-hmm. I looked them up. They're still together.
I don't know that anyone from season one is still together.
I don't think they are.
I follow all of them on Instagram.
I do too. Every time, but I wait until I finish the season before I follow new people because I don't want to give myself spoilers.
That's fair. 'Cause that's how I spoiled myself in the first season.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I was like,
I looked it up for the sake of this show. I wanted to know.
Yeah, sure.
Before I came on the podcast, I wanted to know what I was talking about. But I was genuinely curious about Kara and Nathan because I wanted them to end up together.
Yeah.
I was like, even if they don't win,
Yeah.
I want them to be married.
Yeah, they
Right
are.
now.
They are married and they have a cute little boy. They're going to Disney World soon. They're going.
Because we follow them on Instagram.
Yes, because so I know what they're doing right now.
that is so cute. I
Yeah,
know
they're precious.
Lewis and Callie were together for I think the
They have a
longest amount of
kid,
time,
yeah,
and
and-
they had a kid, and then they
And then
broke up.
Callie realized
Yeah.
that Lewis sucks.
And he does, which
He
fair
sucks.
assessment. he kind of sucked during the show.
Yeah, when I remember when when they like, I can't remember who, I think he was coupled with Lauren at the time, and which we have to talk about Lauren eventually, but the sad case of Lauren and Zara, oh my God, I'm just thinking of all of these things at the same time. God, I lost my train of thought with all those great people.
Lewis and Callie.
Lewis and Callie. Yeah, so what I always think about with Lewis is when they got a phone call home, Lauren and Lewis both got phone calls from home, and Lewis spent like 30 minutes just asking his dad, how do I look though? Did I look good? Do I look good? Am I looking good? I look good, right? How do I look? Tell me how I look. And like,
do I look fit?
Do I look fit? For like 30 minutes, and then poor Lauren like calls her mom and she's just like, I miss you so much. You're the greatest mother in the world. And it's like so sincere. And Lewis is just like, how do I look though? I look good though, right? And so I don't like Lewis.
I didn't like any of the men first season.
I love Jonathan.
I did like John.
I like John a lot.
Yeah, I love Jonathan.
However, my problem with John was sometimes he would get too rowdy.
Yeah.
And just start yelling about nothing. And even Hannah would be like,
yeah.
What are you doing, fam?
My favorite thing, though, is he was such a pot stirrer. I loved it. He just loved to stir up the drama.
Because he knew that he was safe. So
yeah,
he's
exactly.
Like, well, I don't want the drama to come on me, so why not sprinkle some drama over here and over here?
Yeah. I've always wondered how genuine his feelings for Hannah actually were, too, because he was, like, so over the moon about her. He would be like, you know, like, if I could make the perfect girl, it would be Hannah, and all this stuff. And, like, Hannah's pretty, but, like, she's a little plasticky. And I think she would admit that.
No,
she likes her plastic surgery.
He said it, too. He's like, I've always wanted a Playboy bunny.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of, like, their look. But I always kind of wondered, like, how sincere he was, because he was so like intense from the start. I wonder if that was just a strategy of his to like team up with someone right away.
I feel like that's really present in season 2 as well. Like I noticed it a lot with them, but in season 2, I feel like almost all of the guys, it's all strategy.
Yeah.
Except for Nathan and Kara.
Yeah, Nathan is so funny because he's like just so like himself. It's just like there's no filter whatsoever.
And he's so nice to everyone.
And that's kind of how Kara is too.
Yeah. Kara like checks on everyone, makes sure everyone's okay, and they're kind of like the parents now. And you know like they're good. No one's messing with them. And so they'll like help everyone else out. They won't stir the pot like Jonathan did.
Yeah, Jonathan did stir the pot a lot.
Yeah, and that was kind of messy sometimes. I was
like, it was.
You're a little messy, sir. Like, you're grown. What are you doing?
Who's your favorite couple from season 1?
Oof.
Favorite couple?
I'm trying to remember their names.
Here, let's pull them up.
You had Jonathan and Hannah. You had Callie and Lewis.
And then
Josh.
Zoe and...
Oh, Zoe and Hulk.
Yeah.
That was a weird relationship.
That was a
Jordan.
very weird relationship.
Yeah.
I wanted to like Jordan at sometimes, and then other times he would do things, and I was like, I feel like you're kind of just using her.
Yeah.
That's
how I felt about all of the guys.
But
mostly.
she was also very like stuck up and like tried to act like she was above everyone, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, when it was so weird when they had like that, you know, that thing on his birthday, that encounter on his birthday
with the spider,
yeah.
But there was a spider.
And then she was like, "Oh my God, everybody in my church is gonna see this," and blah blah blah. Like, you knew that.
Without being too graphic, also. First season compared to second season is wildly graphic. Watch it for yourselves.
The second season
they tone it down.
They do, but
because there's not the audio of things.
Yes,
but
it's so much more. You notice more of it happening in the room.
Yeah.
The first season.
Oh
you
yeah,
hear
that is weird.
Everything.
Yeah, it's
and
weird.
It's nasty.
It's so strange.
I away from watching, and I don't. But in the first season, like you hear heavy breathing.
You
and,
hear
like, just weird.
And then if you have the captions on, it's
my God.
they caption everything.
If you're not watching Love Island with the captions, you're watching it wrong.
Honestly, you should be watching it with the captions because you can't understand it.
Yeah, truly.
That's true.
Oh my God.
I can understand the people in the second
like
season better,
language.
and I don't know if it's because they're easier to understand or if it's because I'm becoming one of them.
have been having the same problem, Abby. I've been
Yes.
trying to figure out the same thing.
Kind of a mood. Josh and Naomi. And
Ew, I hated Naomi.
Jess
Yeah, I didn't like
And
Naomi.
Jess and Max.
Oh, I love Jess.
Jess was my
favorite.
favorite. Yeah,
Yeah,
Jess was
Jess
my
was-
favorite, but
yeah.
I didn't really like any of the guys she was with.
I didn't.
I
either.
kind of liked Max. He was cute, but I thought he was just kind of playing the game.
Yeah,
Not
I didn't think
involved.
he was actually into
Which,
her,
like-
and I thought she deserved better.
Yeah, I don't know though if we should, like be mad at people for just playing the
Playing
because it
the
is a
game.
game. Like,
Yeah.
it's. I want to find, and I'm sure there is a season. So like commenters, go ahead and spoil it for me. But I want to see a season end where like two people, like one person picks the money and the other person. You know how at the end of each season they like
Yes.
make them pick something, or the end of season 2 they. Gave them each envelopes, and one person had the money, and they could decide if they wanted to split it. And then it was
Yeah.
Kara and Nathan. So obviously Kara was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna split it." It was so cute when they were on stage too, because she was like, "Wouldn't it be funny if I didn't?"
Yeah.
That's their
Oh, did
whole
they break
relationship. They just
up?
goof with
no, they
each
didn't.
other.
No,
No, I'm talking about the winners from the U.S. version.
Oh.
They broke up in December.
Oh.
Zach and Elizabeth.
I heard bad things about the U.S. version. Like it wasn't as good, and
It was just fine. Apparently they broke up though, which I'm not surprised.
right. Have you
kinda
guys
wanna
dabbled in the
watch it.
Australia version?
No.
I started last week. It's pretty good. I'm a fan.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the British version much better, but
I think it's just going to be hard to beat the original.
it's so
No, yeah,
it's
I agree.
classic. I've been trying to figure out, and I'm sure I could just figure this out by Googling it, but in the first season of Love Island, they had on, towards the end of the season, that guy, and they were like, he's a Love Island OG. So I don't know if there was an earlier season
version.
and they brought it back. I don't know how that worked, but I can't imagine how crazy that
Yeah.
series was. But yeah, we're watching through. I'm in season 3 now, and I just feel like I'm in the golden age of Love Island.
I can't wait to like catch up and like watch the more recent seasons because that is those.
I
we need to
can't
do
wait
that.
for you to watch
Talking about-
season 2 because
like-
Season 2 is great.
Oh my
Season
God.
2 has and I was so good about not spoiling anything on social media. I tried so hard and avoided so much. I was with every single turn. It was so good.
I'm so dead.
It was so good.
Well,
Oh
I
my
looked
God.
up one today, and I don't want to give it away before you watch, but there's a coupling that happens later in the season that, whoa,
Yeah. I don't
didn't
even
expect it.
Yeah, you can pick.
So I'm
any
gonna
of
have
your
to wait for that episode.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's wild.
I'm pretty sure.
How do you feel about Zara since you've watched season 2? And we'll prepare you for
Oh
Zara.
my God. Okay, at first didn't like her. Love
Couldn't stand her at
When she
first.
left, I was so sad she was leaving because
Yeah.
she's so weird. She's like, I think in every season you have to, and in season 3 I can see there is someone starting up,
Which
to
one?
be kind of in this role.
Who's this girl? Who's she?
I don't know who that
she
is,
pretty,
but that's
though?
Zara.
I'm
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
jaw.
She annoyed me
Miss Great
because
Britain.
she
Miss
constantly
GB.
reminded you Miss Great Britain.
Oh my God.
And
Miss
then
GB
she
would not
always
stay with
talked
us.
about
How did she
her
get
physical
Miss-
assets.
First
Yes.
of all, hold on.
Yes,
hold
she
on,
did
hold on.
always.
How did she get Miss GB looking like a Lego woman?
That's a good
Why
point.
does her head look like that?
She does have a Lego head.
She does have
also,
a very
did you know that
defined
Sophie
jawline.
was a former Miss GB? Yeah. I
We
know.
should talk about it once.
No, I know, not once. Yeah. I thought that was interesting.
What?
You know what's really funny to me? The guy that narrates.
Oh,
I love-
Ian,
He's
Yeah,
the
I
unsung
love
hero.
him.
You're correct.
Every time he speaks, I laugh
Yes.
because
He's
he
hilarious.
roasts them,
He does.
and they don't even know.
No,
and
it's-
the thing about Love Island is that it's literally live. Like their family is watching them do this as it's happening, and they're bringing in people from the public that have been watching,
Yeah.
which is bonkers.
Yeah.
And so this guy is just like narrating to the public what's happening and completely roasting them, and they won't know for the longest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was. Oh my gosh. I have something in my eye.
Oh, no.
Ian is a light. when I started watching Love Island, I was like, I don't know if I like this. But Ian was so funny. I was like, I'll stick around for Ian. Like when he was making fun of the twins, the Italian stallions.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
You're from Manchester. Like, I was like, okay, I'm in. Okay, thank you,
Italian
Ian. You sold me.
The first season also they had a lot more actual live shows where like there was a live audience outside the villa that I would die to go to a live
same.
taping.
That
would be so fun.
I would die.
Because they have no idea. Like, you're all just
No.
outside like, oh, what's happening? And they're
Yeah.
all in there, like, you know, living their life in the villa.
I wish
With their giant microphones.
Their giant
Oh my God.
microphones,
Like,
the
wrapped
water
around
bottles
them.
strapped to them at all
I need to buy a water
times.
And their
bottle.
fanny
I should buy
packs.
myself
Yeah.
a Love Island water bottle for
You
Valentine's
should.
Day.
That's another thing, because the mics are constantly on them, and it's just like they never turn it off or edit any of that stuff. You hear them like opening the water bottle and slurping it.
They do. Yeah.
Closing it.
Constantly.
I remember watching season 1 and being like, I wonder what that villa smells like.
Oh.
'Cause they're always smoking cigarettes. They're always
Always.
in the pool.
Although it always
What?
looks really clean, so I would imagine that the people like who organize it, like the producers, they have to hire a cleaning company because there are so many shots where like all the beds are made, and if I would never, I don't
Yeah.
make my bed, like I don't. So I can't imagine you would like go onto one of these shows and just start making your bed. So I feel like someone has to come in and do stuff.
For sure, at least once a week. Because I know there's some shots sometimes where they're just like,
And you can just
Barely,
see all
like,
of
making
their
it,
stuff
yeah.
I
open
also
and,
read
like,
once that I think they get dinner catered every night.
do they really?
that
Yeah.
makes sense because
You
they
can
always
see
have
them
really
cooking
good
every
meals.
once in a while, but, like-
yeah, like I see them make eggs or toast
Yeah.
or toasties.
Yeah, little toasties.
Toasties.
Oh.
I think that's grilled cheese for them, but they call them toasties.
Grilled toasties.
Oh, little babies.
Oh my god, they're so funny. Apparently, Zara said she was brainwashed in the posh prison of a villa and calls for Love Island. It ruined her life, apparently, and she wants it to be canceled.
Yeah, because they took away her
can
Miss Great
see
Britain title
that.
because she had relations on TV.
That's right.
Yeah, which I mean, I don't know. She didn't do anything wrong. Like you go
Yeah.
on to the show, to kind of
The
have
day
relationships
after?
and do.
That's insane.
And then she left. She said her mom had to go to the hospital, but I always kind of wondered if she just left because she was like, "Well, I need to just not be here."
That's-
Yeah.
I wouldn't blame her.
She
That's
wasn't
crazy.
happy.
No, I mean, how can you be? And
Yeah.
she, even from the start, even before like the taking away the title thing happened, she like wasn't really coupling up with anyone. She had that weird thing with Alex, which obviously didn't turn out because Alex and Olivia got together.
Yeah.
So
They married.
Yes, they're married and happily together, and they're so adorable. Oh, what about Rijkaard? What do you think of Rijkaard? I don't like him.
I really did like him,
Yeah.
but the stuff with Rachel, I don't like him. I don't
No.
respect it. And she proved him wrong when he was like, Olivia didn't want me to tell anyone. And she goes, so Olivia's honor was more important than mine.
Right.
And I was like, girl,
Yeah, exactly.
roast him
Yes.
right
Men
now.
on this show are awful people.
They're all, and the show is so objectifying to women.
Yeah, it is.
This is a show that I had to turn off my
Yeah.
my seeing brain.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it. It's so sexist. These
Yeah.
men are so gross.
Yeah.
I have
I
a
gotta
point
like it.
that will
Great
help with this.
I gotta turn my brain off.
Great
I
television.
can't remember her
Facts are
name,
facts.
but something that will help this point of being objectifying.
Well, in the first
Can't find
season,
her.
too, while you're looking for that, it was a lot more objectifying because they had the men picking the women. And I
hate
noticed
that.
in season
That
2
was
and
that
season
was
3.
cringy when that happened. I
Yeah,
was like,
now the men come. Well, I guess it's like the women step forward for men because that was cringy. Lewis stepped forward 7 times.
Yeah.
God, yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, that
They-
was.
They did a thing in season 2 where it was like the new guys that came in had to rank everyone. And the first ones were okay. It was like who has the
Yeah.
best banter, and all the boys were included. But then they had to do rate the most fit to least fit, which is hottest to least attractive.
Yeah.
And it really broke my heart. I think they ended up putting Kara as the least attractive just because she's untouchable. She's
Right,
Nathan's girl.
yeah.
But the girl, I forgot her name, was Malin.
Oh yeah.
She's
pretty. She's
she was
pretty.
so pretty, and in the first episode,
She's
when
so
they all
pretty.
chose each other, none of the boys chose her. And then throughout the season, she had random things like that. Like she didn't get rated very high on the ranking.
And she had that kind of jaw dropper moment where she got kicked out. That was insane.
Yeah.
This is.
And I found her Instagram, and she does a lot of body positivity stuff now. And she did a whole thing that was like, Love Island ruined my self-esteem. I hated my body during that show. I cried the first coupling because no one wanted me because of how I looked. Like, come on.
And she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
That
I don't
sounds
know.
like
Yeah,
a TV show where everyone lives in their, swimsuits the entire.
Yeah.
Swimsuits and underwear.
Yeah. And like pajamas every once in a while. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what do you guys wear? or sometimes they'll throw in like a little cocktail dress.
Yeah.
Right. I think it's so
Season
funny
2
they get all dressed up to go downstairs every day.
They like do their makeup all
full
up,
face
but then
of
like
makeup.
they come upstairs and especially in season 2, they all sleep like naked.
Yeah.
And you're like, why did you have to impress everyone?
Yeah, you literally just slept.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, Love Island is something.
It is something.
It's certainly
I think my favorite word that I've learned from him is bruv, though.
bro.
Bruv. That's such a good word.
Yeah, or mugged off. That's funny.
Mugged off.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I like toasty.
Bird.
Oh yeah, bird. I really do like when they call the women birds. I think
And
that's cute.
geezer.
I don't know.
They
if
call
I,
them
I don't know if I
geezer.
like it. I just think it's funny.
I'm okay
I just
with
think
it.
it's funny.
I'd be okay if I got called a bird. Like D from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
To me, it almost feels like how men in America call women females. That's almost like that's what I feel like when I hear bird.
I
Oh,
agree.
That's fair.
Because
I didn't think of it like that.
Your bird, like they like will say your bird, like see, this is why I have to like turn off my like.
Yeah, Nathan does it a lot in season 2, and there's like drama where one of the guys is really upset that all the girls constantly just talk trash, which is like the name of the game. Like they're gonna go off and talk about you. Sorry. But he's like, all the birds. And like, he keeps doing that. He'll like go like that. I think it's hilarious.
That is a ride. Oh my god. Yeah, did you guys play the Love Island like game?
Yes, I did.
It's so funny.
I need to do that.
It's so
It's-
Is
funny.
it on your phone?
It shouldn't be
Yeah,
as
it's on the
addicting
App
as it
Store.
is.
It's very addicting.
I like wanted to end up with a certain person.
Yeah, same.
Okay, hold on, I
Same.
gotta download this really
I
fast.
watched, and the only reason I knew about it was because I watched Cody Ko and Noel
Yeah,
Miller
Cody
play
and
it,
Noel, love
and
them.
it was so funny. Like every time they say Codell, like the accent that they use.
Codell.
Codell, like
Got it.
it's absolute.
Downloading thing.
Yes, no, play it later. It even like
It's addicting.
you
dude.
feel like you're a part of it because
Yeah.
they make you like, what outfit are you gonna wear?
Yeah.
And
Oh my
they
God, I'm
you
so
fall in
into
love
this.
with someone on the
Dude.
game, and then they'll bring in a new character to specifically go after that person, and you get mad.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, there was someone I went after. I went after one of the girls, and they brought after
Yeah.
like they brought back like her ex or something, and I was like, "Oh, she's mine! Are you kidding me?" I was offended. I was offended for my character. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, "This is so
It's too
disrespectful."
real.
I'm like,
And that's what they do on the real show too.
They
though.
do
They
bring exes
specifically
back.
target
Ooh.
people.
when they brought Jordan's ex back in season 1, I was like,
Oh, they do it in season 2 with Tom. That was a good one too.
Yeah.
And that like really shook things up because that was right after Malin left, and then Terry very quickly got over their relationship and moved on.
Of course he did.
Yeah. Oh, that whole situation is weird, and we could dive deeper into that, but probably better for after the podcast.
Yeah.
Because that relationship was strange, to say the least.
Wait. Sorry, I'm looking at updates from American Love Island. Because this guy, Yaman, he was kind of cute, I guess, but then he started screwing over all of the girls that people like that he was with, and then he like screwed over
What channel is Love Island on here?
CBS. And he screwed over the first girl
why
he
it's
was
on
with,
Hulu.
and then he got with this girl who apparently has like an arson charge.
Whoops.
And
Oopies.
so then
Love that.
she got sent home. She got voted off the island, and then they brought her on, and everyone was like, girl, stay away from him. He's trash. And then she still went after him anyway. But
Yeah, because they always do.
Yeah.
Every single time they're like, hey, don't go after him.
But I'm going
This
to anyway.
show is mental mind game
Yeah.
torture
It is.
type
It is.
thing.
I do genuinely feel bad for the people involved. Like in season 2, I felt bad for Zara when Olivia paired up with someone she was after, but it was also like, Olivia's playing the game, my guy.
Yeah, and also
So it's
like
hard.
I don't
Yeah.
know, like you can't be mad at someone for just not liking you. You know, like no one really likes
Also
Zara.
true.
Like
Also,
Fair.
none of
no
the
one
boys
ever,
wanted her.
except for Daniel. I think that was his
Yeah,
name, and he really wanted
he really
to
wanted
get
her.
with her, and like she totally just mugged him off.
Mugged him off.
Yeah,
Pied him off.
pied him.
I'm quite pied.
What a classic show.
Oh my God. Jess was my favorite season 1.
Jess is still probably my
I
favorite.
hated
out
the
of
way
all
the dudes talked about her.
Yeah,
Same.
Because
everybody
they would go
was really
after her.
Same. And I think that's why
And I
she
was-
was my favorite, because she was like low-key kind of savage.
Yeah.
She would not take it from anyone, and she wasn't stupid like they pegged her to be.
Yeah.
They only talked about her looks.
Yeah.
But she kind of owned everyone in that house.
No, I
The
agree.
twins. Oh my God.
The Italian stallions.
They were the worst.
They were the worst.
They were-
Oh my.
They were
genuinely the
awful.
worst.
They were
Like,
awful.
I don't think. I was like, this doesn't make me want to go to Italy anymore. I'm not gonna find my. Oh wait, Manchester. Never mind. I'm okay if I
Manchester.
go to Italy. Never mind.
Great
Yeah.
show though.
It's just
Such a great
It's so much. It's so much. I'm excited for. I think they do 2 seasons now because I saw people on Twitter saying that like what they're doing now is the winter season.
Yeah,
and then
they-
there's like a summer season
Yeah,
too.
I'm into it. Love Island is such great like content dumps. Like there's like 50 episodes in every season. Like so much. Hour long, 50
much
hours.
content.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Give it
And
all to
I
me.
think
Yes,
that does
please.
go into how they're just constantly recording
Yeah,
them.
I know, yeah.
It's how can you do that live TV?
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
have to follow them every single day.
And I like how they have the weekly hot list things where they like recap
Yeah.
each week.
Yeah.
Because I can't pay attention.
I
to
always
the
skip
whole-
those episodes.
I usually
I skip
I
most
leave
of
them
them.
on, and I'll skip through them if I'm actually paying attention. But yeah, it's
I
good stuff.
skip them unless something that I missed happens. Like it'll go to a next episode and I'm like, when did you guys become a
right.
thing?
Yeah, where did you come from?
I'm
You're a new
dead.
face.
Don't they have a new host now?
Yes, because Carolyn
Caroline
Flack
Flack
is
is
in a
in
little bit of
jail?
trouble. Yes.
Why is she in trouble? I missed this.
She apparently assaulted her boyfriend.
Oh dang.
Not great.
Oh,
Carolyn
it says
Flack.
that she hit him with a lamp as he slept
Wow.
after she suspected him of cheating on her.
Well, you get what you get.
She also dated Harry Styles when he was 16. And she was like 35. So weird. 2
And I
minutes.
thought- and on that note,
She seemed like a really dope person to me, but I
know.
really strongly
yeah,
misread
everybody
that.
was really excited. So is this the first, like the season 6 that they're taping now? Is this the first season that she's not on it?
I think so.
Cool.
They named new host after Carolyn Flack departure. This was last year. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. She left right after the assault charges. So Laura Whitmore, who looks just like Carolyn Flack.
Yeah, I didn't even realize
There's
it. until-
definitely a type
The,
that they
the
try.
host of the American version looks just like Carolyn Flack too. It's very
Nice.
weird. And
There's
she,
a type.
She sort of has the same like cadence as her too. She's just not British. Like it's bizarre.
I love that. Oh my god, I want to go on Love Island so bad.
I
Okay.
know, same.
I think I would, and just like I would play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think
Yeah,
I would
I'd be
try to
like-
get like attached to anyone.
Forget you. I'm taking the money. Fam.
Yeah, I'd
Like
be
if
one to
if I
take the
have to
money.
spend all this time with you people, I want the money at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't she look exactly like Carolyn? Like
She looks kind of like Olivia too, without tattoos.
this
Yeah.
is her.
Yeah.
She's sort of
Okay, not as much there.
She's sort of basic,
All right.
as they all are.
We should probably wrap up.
We should probably wrap up. That is it for us this week. It was very fun talking about Love Island.
Yeah, thanks for having
Anytime.
us.
I love Love Island. I can't wait to watch more.
Great cinema.
I've watched so much.
We will be back next week. I will not be your host.
But
We'll let
someone
Dix
will.
come back.
Yeah, but it was very nice to sit in the seat again. And that is all from us this week. We will see you all next week. Bye.
See you later, bro.
Bye, guys.